It's officially week 1 in our Nighthawks Relocation Fantasy Draft franchise, and we have a tough task up against the New Orleans Saints, who are, of course, the runner-ups of the Super Bowl last year, going up against the Chiefs. Of course, they did have to play against Tom Brady, but still, a runner-up nonetheless, and a team that probably is a little unfair for us at the play week 1, but at least, unlike last year, we do have a couple of home games out the gate. Last year, I think we went 3 straight away games. This time, it's actually 3 of the first 4 at home, and the first one being the home/season opener. Of course, there are some speculations of a trade. Claypool doesn't know it himself. He's been kind of requesting one a little bit. He feels like he's not being used properly, and he's actually not wrong. We have found a trade partner for this man, Chase Claypool. Of course, he kind of felt that it was going to happen with the drafting of Ferguson. And we've been eyeing up Kerry for some time now in preseason, watching him, and they really don't see what we see in him. But Claypool and a third-round pick, well, Claypool for a third-round pick, and Kerry is going to be the trade, and that allows us to probably release Kylan Hill, as we have our power back now, who is just absolutely a top-tier talent. Of course, he is 22 years old. He has a lot of speed for a power back, 90 speed, 91 excel. He also has 83 strength. Change of direction is rough, but he's a good power back, probably a great player to come down in at third downs, and when we just need a yard or two, as Kylan Hill just was never that guy. All right, so this is what the official lineup is going to be looking like right now, as we do have a couple of upgrades on top of it before we start. Barch could also be a guy that gets traded at some point. I don't know what his value is because, sure, like I said, he started development rate, but 72 overall at 25 years old. I mean, that's, I'm just saying. Of course, Kendrick Green is also 24 with only normal, but he is also a lot better and more athletic. Can play across the line a little bit, even though he's a little undersized. And then defensively, I mean, we kind of know the whole situation here. So we keep the deep threat for Sky Moore, which hopefully gives him release, and it does. Also gets him a medium and a catch in traffic, which is not bad. He's going to be thrust into the number 1 spot for now, as sure, Terrell has the size to be the number 1, but what happened with Claypool didn't really work out. Don't want to just put him in that spot already, make him feel like, oh, he's already Claypool. He's got to outshine him, otherwise the pressures, it's just so immense. Of course, Jabril Cox, very good in coverage, but maybe we should start working on actually getting to the ball carrier. A lot of different upgrades, but nothing really remaining that matters too much. +2 overall to Josiah Scott with the slot upgrade gets 2 to man coverage, 1 to agility. I mean, just a good corner. A daytime game to start up the season against, once again, the Super Bowl runner-ups. It feels weird that we're not in some, crazy nighttime game. Once again, it's not like we were a team that made some crazy run and, we met them or something like that. But, yeah, it's a Super Bowl contender, and they're playing in, a daytime game against us random freaking team. But, hey, whatever it is, we'll take that opportunity and hopefully run with it. Of course, apparently the budget's up, as we have planes this time instead of helicopters. That's what happens when you aren't the number 1 overall pick. Beautiful. We got some funding. It's great. Of course, Yeboah had an upgrade before this started, and he got a speed upgrade. I didn't show it because I kind of just skipped it ahead because I don't really feel he's much of a starter anymore, obviously, as he's now the number 3 tight end, unfortunately. But you never know with injuries. Anything can happen, of course. Speaking of injuries, anything can happen. Hawkins, who's obviously still a really top-flight player in my mind, and I really like him in the receiving game, maybe has a little bit of competition now with a true power back who's young, has some speed, and can maybe add a new dimension to this attack. Whether he can or can't, that will have to wait, as we will be kicking the ball off to start this one out, and here it is. Season 2 officially underway, and Connor, I can't remember if he's who he is, but he seems familiar. Of course, the quarterback being Mitchell Trubisky, the Saints, sticking now with a 68 overall quarterback. Of course, could have been an injury in preseason. You never know. Some teams just get really unlucky, but 68 overall starting quarterback. That's strange. And there are no injuries. That's just the way it is, I guess. Okay. If you say so. Jordan Davis, first play getting locked up, and a little bit of a mismatch there as they kind of slipped it in between, and there was two people wide open there, so I don't know what happened there, but obviously Michael Thomas getting the first down. Probably should have looked at their roster, but at the same time, we'll learn it on the way. Galladay on that other side. Nick Chubb is the running back. I mean, how much more do you really need to know? You guys, pretty good names in there, and Trubisky throwing perfectly. Number 2 on the target out of 2. Galladay, another big name. Big guy getting out there, bringing the linebackers down quite a bit because we absolutely respect the ground game, even though they haven't went to it yet. Obviously, they are here, but a gain of about 5. I mean, as far as it being Nick Chubb, that's as good as you're going to get. That's like stopping a normal running back to like 1 or 2 yards, right? Like, you got to take what you can get. Of course, Maddox double-teamed as a rookie. That's tough. And Jordan Davis is going to take advantage of that as the play takes too long to develop, and he will sack Trubisky. First sack of the year already. Gamble's loving it. Obviously, he wants to be a winner, not only just a starter. And looking at that, the double team on the left side, and there goes Jordan Davis, just actually looking like he was using a finesse move there. I mean, he kind of slipped under him. It's kind of a strange one, but hey, good work. Jabril Cox against a tight end, which, I mean, he is technically a safety. Getting kind of locked up in this line, and Trubisky, no! Of course, Trubisky may not be the greatest player in the world, but it would be crazy not to acknowledge that he is a pretty good athlete. Gains 25 yards, spin moves off of someone as well, and that's going to be a huge first down. All right, it's 1st and 10 after that play, and wow, what a really good commit by Stearns, as Chubb's going to gain 3 yards, but, I mean, if he breaks that tackle off, which he's very capable of doing with that stiff arm, he may score, honestly. It's crazy to think, but he actually was that set up. Of course, Chubb, speaking of, just bouncing off of a hit stick by Jabril Cox, who is huge. I mean, he's... I mean, I've seen some in the locker room. Biggest Cox I know. As we're going to be trying to push up the middle. Maddox is getting double-teamed again, and Booker, the rookie. Tough task today, going up against Mike Thomas for the majority of this one so far, and not necessarily having the greatest of beginnings, but 1st and goal from the 5 as they're going to run it again, and we really haven't stopped him for much, but Booker, once again, making a play there, only allowing 1, which could set us up for a potential stand. It's a lot to ask for, but you just never know. And wow, what a stiff arm. Great job off the edge by Cisco, though, as Brian Burns died immediately. I mean, my man's instantly got stiff armed there. It's crazy. All right, 3rd and goal. Trying to contain, and we wanted to contain. Nobody's on him, and that was a little bit of a risky one. Of course, it was a dot anyways, and he hits Mike Thomas. We were beat for the run. We were beat, apparently, for the pass. Just couldn't get the pressure. All right, Nwangwu, the man being paid $3 million per year, pretty much just the return kicks, and he's going to pretty much have a pretty average start to his Nighthawks career. Of course, speaking of a start to a Nighthawks career, please tell me it's not average, as Curtis Gamble, the first-round rookie, took a gamble on him, if you will. Let's see if it pays off, at least in week 1. Not going to hopefully ask too much of him, but at the same time, you know how this offensive line goes, you know how these route runners go. It usually turns into quite an ask for the quarterback. Of course, you're going to go with the play action once again, that alone is already a pretty big ask, especially when they're blitzing like they are. And it's a little late of a read, but Sky Moore is going to catch that ball, 14 yards gained, and a first down on the very first attempt throwing the ball. Of course, they really are kind of begging us to throw it, so why not? And that is just, I mean, the rookie running back we just traded for instantly falls down on a screen, and we are now 13 yards behind the sticks. Quite a bit. An extra 13, if you will. That is not a good start. As Sky Moore, but even more open is Woodley. Not the greatest throw because of the pressure, but he gets enough. 15 yards gained. Got a little excited there because if that ball comes out a little cleaner, that could be more than a first down. The 3rd and 8, we got the out routes looked. And that's a tough one. And Sky Moore, I think, got the feet down. Sky Moore with a couple of nice plays early in this one. Going to extend the drive. Of course, this may be a deep shot to Sky Moore. Maybe a look over the middle to Ferguson. One thing's for sure is I don't know if I believe in this blocking. And he is kind of open. That's a tough throw, though. And as far as missing the throw goes, that is exactly where I would prefer the ball to be missed. Got the peak. I don't really like it, to be honest. And up the middle, Gibbs going to gain about 3, maybe 4. Tutu Atwell's kind of the main look here. Gibbs on the out, maybe. And I think I'm going to take Ferguson, who is open, but unfortunately, once again, the pressure all over us. They only bring 4. We don't step back too far, but the inside, who's apparently supposed to have the double team, just doesn't get there. Can't get to 2. I mean, literally the only chance. Like, maybe you can get Sky, but at this point, I can't make the assumption he's open. But Ferguson, I can make the assumption, even if you don't want to say he's open, which he is by a yard, he's still 6'4", has a chance, but once again, can't get that chance because of the inside, beat, unfortunately. Matt Ariza, it's going to be a tough punt, and it looks all right, actually. Down to the 2, what a dot. Maybe a huge year 2 for him, who was, a little inconsistent, had some amazing punts, had some absolute head scratchers, but overall showed a lot of potential. 1st and 10 now at the 2. This is a chance for the defense to get some points potentially, and a stiff arm again by Chubb is going to get them out of that with a 5-yard gain already. Of course, they got that touchdown on the first drive. Screen might be a little, or not the screen, the blitz might be a little dangerous here. And we didn't fully commit, and Booker kind of got beat there. Unfortunately, the press just absolutely did not work, and just like that, from the 2 to the 30, this one could get ugly. Come on. Let's wake up, boys. Chubb is the definite, toughest guy to worry about. As we're forced to kind of stack down inside and bring everyone, and then they're able to just throw it easily with their one-on-one matchups in man with no safety help. It's just really tough. And there's some pressure. And Tyndall with the sack gets him down, and that's going to be a loss of a lot. About 14 yards, I believe. And we've learned our lesson. We play too conservatively after getting the blitz win, and then it costs us. And instead, we're going to be looking for the blitz, but it's never going to get there. Booker never gets back. He gets beat because he's just too far out there. This really is just on the blitzers, though. You're bringing 5v5, and nobody wins. You have not a single soul winning. Of course, Booker is way out there, but at some point, you got to look back. Thomas could have stopped 20 yards into the route, and Booker would still be running. It's absolutely insane. Burns, burning, but not fast enough. Sterning by missing a tackle, unfortunately, as Trubisky is now 8 for 8, 125 with a touchdown. We've had opportunities this game. We've had chances, yet can't get off the field. We've had long third down situations, and they find a way to convert. Of course, Tyndall one-on-one there. Kind of makes the tackle, only gaining 3. Anderson kind of gets him. He kind of recovers the stumble, loses, only gains 3. But, Anderson kind of got smoked, but thankfully enough, he was powerful enough to fall into the lane, into the underneath. Stern's going to run up, and Stern's going to force the ball out. And luckily for them, their tight end is all over it as we are kind of napping a little bit. Stearns, though, with the coverage sack, instinctively making a play there and forcing a field goal. It's points, but it's less than 7, thankfully. And unfortunately, Melifonwu is now the kind of edge guy as Shaun Wade is moving up a little bit in the world and Melifonwu moving back. All right, Nwangwu, chance number 2. Looking for a return, gets a little lane, kind of gets stuck at the 24 again. There really hasn't been any looks to make any cutbacks or anything like that. Unfortunately, play action look, and there goes an underneath Woodley, and I thought that was overthrown. Kind of was, but Woodley, 6'5", has that athleticism. I don't want to just completely rag on Cole Turner this season, but Cole's just not making that play. I'm just saying. As Hawkins, we kind of hesitated because we just don't believe our blockers. Hawkins, still gains 4. Got the play action look, have the block and release from Woodley, might even be an option of ours. And instead, it's going to be Tutu Atwell, and that ball is on the money. Tutu Atwell slipping it all the way to the 35-yard line. Just too fast, too small. Really hard to get a hand on, and another first down. All right, trying to keep it simple. And that's a tough one, but Ferguson holds on. You know, it's not the most luxurious role, but that's what we need. We need a guy that's big, and he might get popped, but he'll have a chance to catch some clutch plays for us. And Hawkins is going to turn that into about a gain of 4. 2 for 8. The numbers are there. I mean, we'll take it. 2 Atwell. I think we're actually going to trust the big man Gibbs to get this on 3rd and 2. And he easily gets it, and then some, falling forward to the 18-yard line. 9 yards gained. Liking that so far. Gibbs, probably not the guy you would expect to run to the end zone. But at the same time, ooh, dangerous. A little bit higher than I would have liked. But to say at the same time, though, that's maybe the most dangerous guy to be running to the end zone because you just don't expect it. 2nd and 10 from the 18-yard line. Hawkins. Nope, it's not going to be. It's going to be Ferguson, the big man, down to the 4-yard line. Seeing some decent lanes, getting some decent beats off the line. And we're moving, finally. Of course, Woodley, there's just no chance. Now we're going to go back to that inside handoff look. Gibbs cutting back, getting the touchdown. First touchdown of the season. Hopefully the first of many. The youngster joining the team for the first time. Getting a touchdown already, doing the runway. Look who's here, the new man on campus. Great cutback, finds the lane. It was a huge lane. If you missed that, I mean, you're Trent Richardson pretty much. But touchdown, Nighthawks. Bringing the blitz after a 4-yard gain on first down, and unfortunately the Purples outside could not cover Mike Thomas. I know he's not the fastest guy in the world, but his route running is filthy. Tyndall's good, played really well year 1, but that's just another pay grade for him. And we cannot get off the line. Anderson obviously never going to make that tackle yet. Booker, the youngster, really high hit power for a cornerback, kind of showing that physicality out there. Especially coming way off of his assignment to come and make that play. Stearns in the middle of the field. And sacked by Drake Jackson. Trubisky running out of time, running out of looks, and just takes it. Losing 9 yards on the play. That is a huge play for us. Of course, Jabril playing that deep hook. Maybe has it. Oh, come on. Move up, guys. And no, you got to bring him down. Of course, it wasn't that many yards gained extra, but gained 7 total on what could have been, once again, another sack. Almost a fumble even. We now sit at a 3rd and 12 in a bit of a deep look. I mean, it could be out of field goal range, depending. And Scott, no way. That was close, but that right foot might have been out. I would challenge this if I was them. Actually, you don't need to because it's a booth review. We'll take a quick look ourselves just in case the refs are sleeping. And, oh my lord, did he actually catch that? I think he caught this. Is that not a catch? Unless maybe the top of the foot went out before he technically got the other one down. And that is a risky one. Wang Wu's going to get yelled at by the coaches for that one. But there was a chance. I get it. You know, you have that belief in your head that you can score at any time. But, yeah, that's one we should definitely be leaving in the end zone. And we're in some trouble. Gamble getting out of there. Still looking downfield. Can't find anyone. He's going to use those legs to gain 13. Live to see another down. We get the first down. I mean, everything's great. Tight end, that's a little bit of a wind-up. But the tight end is a big man. Also easier to knock down the bigger they are. And seen that with Snead there out there. Guy Moore on that left side. Ferguson on the wheel. We're just going to take the running back, of course. Swatted at the line of scrimmage. All right, the power back, Gibbs. We've seen him fail on a screen pass earlier in the game. Let's see if he can redeem himself. Kind of can, but it's going to be picked off by Patrick White. I thought it was a pass rusher, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. That is a late throw. I thought it was a pass rusher that was on him, and it was actually a coverage linebacker. Either way, even a pass rusher would have had a chance to pick that, and he easily takes advantage of that and scores. All right, so we have learned today that this power back is not to run screen passes. And there goes Ferguson, who I thought was supposed to sit down. There you go. Trying to fight. I mean, look at the man. It's called timeout. Double move on the inside. Maybe do the wiggle to the out with Sky Moore. And that could have been grounding, but thankfully Tutu Atwell is there. It's now a 3rd down. I mean, this could be really disastrous if we don't turn this into a first, which is why I think we're going to go with the inside zone. They can't really afford to play run here, so yeah, as expected, we kind of gain quite a bit of yards there. Let's hurry up to the line and spike it, I suppose. Hit this play earlier, and I think it worked to Tutu Atwell. I kind of want to block from Woodley. I don't want him to release. And on the move, Tutu Atwell again. That's such a weird passing motion by Gamble, but it gets it there, I suppose. It's like he's throwing like a haymaker or something. It's so weird, but it's working. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. And there goes Ferguson, just burning on the inside, but I suppose maybe that's what they're looking for. Is it's going to kind of cost us a lot of time here. Looking for the tight end, maybe. And there goes Tutu Atwell. Found the little crease. You know, there was a straight-up streak. It would have worked even better, but threw it just on time, so he didn't, the ball didn't drag him away, and that's a touchdown. That really good clutch drive after throwing the pick 6, which is just amazing to see. We are only down by 3 with ball. And Nwangwu on the return. Not even going to get that first block, and barely, not even to the 20. Jeez, these blocks. All right, Gibbs back in to start this one off. Going to hand it off to him, getting some room. Tries to truck over, can't really do it, but gets the first regardless. Got the in-motion sweep fake to Atwell. Hawkins on the inside on 2nd and inches is going to get the handoff, and they're just going to completely see it come in as the guy just doesn't cover him in motion. So what happens there if we actually were able to hand it off to Tutu Atwell? Like, does he just accept defeat and we win the game? Like, well, what's going on here? Hits so many players open here. Woodley! He catches it, but he's out of bounds. And we're in a new NFL era. I know this is risk. But at the same time, 4th and inches, there's no way they stop us 3 times in a row, right? And they do not, as Ben Mason easily gets it. Once again, got to be weary because we've... Oh, Cole Turner's injured. I guess forget that whole thing about Yeboah, but, I guess, we have been kind of making questionable decisions. But it could be a questionable decision that leads to a huge play. And we're going to take that shot. Why not? It's a little underthrown, though. But it's right there in time enough for Ferguson to hold on. Ferguson making plays, the starter over Claypool already. And there goes Yeboah. Speaking of, slipping away, trying to truck. Doesn't really get it, but gets it to the 13. He's like, my upgrade, I don't matter? Huh? What? Did you say something, sir? It's like, yeah, I did. You can't really blame us, right? And there goes Ferguson. Right off his hands. It's a really good throw, though. Put it right where it needs to be. We don't really care about the completion percentage too much. It's really all about, getting touchdowns, obviously, in general. And there goes Ferguson. Holds on to the 1 once again. Slightly overthrown, it seems, but makes the play. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. We got these 2 wheels. You maybe almost argue that we can use those to our advantage here. Gamble looking to run. Gamble gets around him and scores. Aaron Donald is no match for this man when it comes to speed. Catches the edge and scores. Not a bad little run. We came away with some really huge throws, some really huge reads. And Gamble's the one to punch it in from the 1. Not really punch it in, if you will, but rolling out on it. Of course, Maddox getting in there for the tackle for a loss with, I believe, Brian Burns. Don't know why I sounded like a preacher there. I do attest. And can we go with man coverage? No, we're going to be stuck with linebackers covering wide receivers, which I know a lot of our guys are really safeties playing, linebacker, but gains about 10, making it a 3rd and 2. Obviously, we're willing to run the blitz. It's tough for Booker, but we're asking for it, and Chubb is gonna just take the squad in for the first. You have Jordan Davis, you got some linebackers, you got a safety on him, all getting a piece of him, but not enough, as he's gonna just make his way for the first anyways. From the 36-yard line, after that first down run, they're going to go right back to him. Why not? And there's another stiff arm. Of course, Drake Jackson follows through with it, though, and he only gains 3. Mathematically speaking, 3 times 3 is not 10. So with that ringing true, just got to keep trying as Drake Jackson gets beat. And we need someone to run up. Of course, Scott, close to a roughing call, is going to hold him to about 4 when he had a lot of room to run. So on 3rd and 3, chance to get off the field again. Uh-oh. And there goes Trubisky. Oh, my God. Although, a late flag. And they actually picked it up. They said it was blocking the back, but it occurred after he had already slid, so it doesn't actually count. As Anderson's going to follow through. That's the one thing about Anderson. He might not be the best tackler, might not be the best in coverage, he's kind of just bad, but very fast and will run through the play. He will continue until the play is over. As Jackson off the edge gets the slip. Jackson misses! And Trubisky once again showing off his legs, showing Gamble, hey, cute little runs you got, but I'm the master around here at that. I mean, there's not really much to argue against because he's playing pretty well. Of course, they're bringing the blitz with Cox in coverage against Thomas. He's going to kind of sit down, and Scott's going to come away with the catch on Nick Chubb. Sure, he's got the size, but Scott has the ball skills. The wheel route, in theory, pre-play is probably a good look, but Josiah Scott is so wiggly. He can get up there as well, making a huge interception. I mean, it almost guaranteed to look like it was going to be a touchdown or some sort of points. But instead, they will not score. And, wow, speaking of things that will not happen, us getting blocks will not, as Aaron Donald is injured, which could help us getting those blocks that we were just asking for. Cole Turner is back in. And that's a pretty good bait. That's not the greatest of reads, but at the same time, 28 Anthony Harris just baited the hell out of us. Just when the things are looking good, we decide to throw a pick. Love it. And we came out with that crazy play. Oof. Oof. Came with that crazy blitz. Almost got there in time. Backed out last second to try to get Chubb. I think we would have made the play too, but it's kind of irrelevant as they get the first anyways. Stearns, and that's a little bit of a hold. An amazing tackle by Jabril Cox there, but once again, from the 1, it's probably not going to matter. Running on Thomas is really just a sellout for the run. We can't really afford... Hey, Jordan Davis. Locking him up, though. Really can't afford to cover anyone here. And we go with the run commit. Flag is probably on us, but we did bring a lot of pressure. It could be a hold. I think it might be a roughing, though. And it is. All right, bad decisions. Kind of getting us in some trouble today, which, I mean, when does it ever get us out of trouble? Down by 3 now because of a bad read. I mean... You can't just force the ball into a spot. Once again, it's all about timing, and it's a really good play by the defender, but you've got to read what you got, and that is not a great throw. Could be pass interference, but uncatchable. Yeah, deemed uncatchable as expected, but I mean, at least the refs are getting the calls right, even after they're kind of selling. As there goes Cole Turner, who's only going to gain about 5. Oh, the dagger play. Tutu Atwell is still the man on these, so we really need him to come alive here. Never mind, we're going to go straight to Hawkins, who gets a spin move, but honestly, it was a bad throw, but realistically, we might have had to throw it there. I feel like someone was in on us instantly there, were they not? They were. Luckily, he got open on the pre-play, otherwise it would have been a sack. Oh, my Lord. I mean, it's going to have to be a punt. 3 yards is too much. Wish I lived in a world where 3 was enough or too much. Scott getting a chance here, and he hits him, forces it out, and Melifonwu scores. Scott with a pop, intercepts them in the red zone, hits stick on the special teams. The man is player of the week. Win or lose, he's player of the week. Give that man the key to the city. And look where he is. He's still out there. He's got to put the game away. He's like, I'm not done yet. Quick throw underneath. Tyndall, really good tackle. Kind of a vicious one. They gained 5. Maybe not the greatest showing from the offense. You kind of expected this with a lot of new names. A lot of new movements as well before the season started. 2nd and 5 from the 30. Jabril Cox. You got 2 men to your cover. And the rookie just sold. Woolen doesn't finish the tackle. Either does Stearns. Huge hit, though, by Anderson. And Booker should have had a pick. He should have had a pick there. I don't know what he's doing. I see this run up, and I'm thinking that's a pick. And that's his attempt at interception. Actually nuts. They just got bailed out. And that's too much pressure. We brought the whole house. That play action was never going to work. Sack, Drake Jackson. All right, boys. 2nd and 19. Chance to force maybe a field goal or a punt. And I think that was a really good decision to run it, of course. It's getting kind of blocked in the back. All right, 3rd and 7 from the 33-yard line to the outside. Not going to happen. Inside move. And overthrown. Enough pressure. We almost had the sack, but didn't need it because it overthrew him. He overthrew it, and thankfully, here we are with a chance to maybe even block it. We don't, but that is a really bad kick. Goes in, though, as they're going to lose their starting center. All right, 7:37 in the 4th. We have the lead. We just got to score. Just hold them off. Wangwu on the return. Probably, just not a smart decision in general. Look at the numbers. I mean, a little bit different of style of play. Not a great game in general, no matter what, half you look at, to be honest. 1st and 10, up the middle, trying to cut it back, and kind of pummeled because, once again, the blockers just don't do their job. To the outside, and misses the throw to Sky Moore, of course. Instant pressure yet again. I have to assume Aaron Donald's back, right? He is. Okay, that's unfortunate, but expected at this rate. Maybe even have to throw this up if we see fit. And we're just going to throw this low, and Sky Moore's going to come up with a huge play. Once again, they've been able to just kind of get away with just playing coverage. They haven't really done anything like special. And thankfully, we made a crazy play there, as that could have been a disaster for this game. And I had the tight end probably. There's no way he outruns Gamble. Wow, Aaron Donald caught him. Of course, it's going to be like a nothing for either side, but holy crap. How does he do it? Honestly, how does he do it? He had a little bit of a head start, but I felt like we gained that back as Woodley is going to catch it underneath. Slips to the 32-yard line, gains about 7. I thought we did enough to outrun him, but apparently not. 3rd and 3. Let's see what we got. Tutu Atwell going to hold on for the 1st down. Once again, we should be running the ball, but the running game just isn't working. Obviously, they have a great D-line in general, but even if they didn't, we've had those kind of struggles all season long. And they're kind of bringing everyone to the wrong side here. I want to run this play, but I don't want to have the play action. I just kind of want to quick throw this to Ferguson. Yeah, they really had no... Wow, that was a really bad throw. Really had no shot there when they were hesitating. They wanted to cover Ferguson, but they really couldn't because you seen Tutu Atwell just burning through the middle there. And Hawkins going to gain about 2. Gibbs 3rd and 3. Ferguson to the end zone. Maybe quick looks underneath. Aaron Donald this time not going to make the play. I really don't care about Sky Moore being that open. And wow, tried to slide, couldn't get there. Sky Moore is great and all, but I'll take my guarantee. The in-motion fake, I believe it is, to Tutu Atwell. Trying to set up a deep shot as they're just constantly destroying us underneath. Never mind, it's actually going to be wide open. And once again, we're trying to waste the clock, but not really able to do it in the traditional throw it short, run it short sense. So, going to go down early there, and I don't know what they're doing here, but this should be a huge gainer for Gibbs. And not the greatest of blocks, but Gibbs will turn into about 6. Fortunately, the play clock is slightly quicker, so nice spin. Oh, my Lord, if that tight end would have made a play. Of course, kind of a doing too much moment, but the tight end holds his block over there. That is a crazy play that leads to a 1st down, maybe more. Once again, in that situation, maybe not the right call. Get the block for us. Gonna just try to win this here. We're just gonna throw nothing. That's a huge loss. No field goal now because of that. I mean, we threw it up to the side and it just didn't happen. Another really bad decision, but at the same time, can it be blamed? I mean, we should have just ran it, play the numbers game, but Matt Ariza not going to keep it in the 1, and we might have just lost the game on that sack. We may have lost the game on that decision. Just didn't even think about it, to be honest. I thought the field goal was just a given, and we were just trying to ice the game with the play there. Brian Burns, try to save the day. Nobody's going to get out there. Step up, Scott. Thank you. Don't get me wrong. Scott's a crazy player. He's doing insane things today, but at the same time, don't give it up all now. And Scott, really good play. They're only going to gain 6. You know, not really getting a whole lot for their time here, but they don't really need a whole lot of time. So, come on, Brian Burns. Make a play. Screen? It is a screen, but Brian Burns, I think, scared him enough into quick throwing that. 4th and inches, actually, and absolutely not. I mean, I know it's a pain. Screw it, we're going to come with the blitz. We're going to come with the blitz. It's not going to be, you know, what they wanted, but we are going to bring the heat, have a chance. And Scott misses. No, 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 no. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Yep. There goes Nick Chubb for 70. And he tackles him at the 1. Are you actually joking me? Oh, my God. Are we really playing for a field goal stop here? Thank God. Well, there's a wasted timeout. Why would he tackle him there? Like, it's a 50-50 decision whether they kind of want to go in or not, but at that point, the decision's been made. Let him have it. And that could be a hold. And that is a stop. So hopefully it is a hold. I mean, I don't feel great about us winning this anyways, but a touchdown would win it. So it's not going for the tie. It's going for the win. And Nwangwu has just not been great today. I'm not going to have him return it. To the outside, there goes Woodley. Didn't know his, you know, I know the guy. I just didn't know the damn button. Luckily, it worked out for us. Tutu well down the field. Kind of want a slant here from Sky Moore. Woodley could be the look, though. And there goes Sky Moore. Not a great throw, and because of that, Sky's not going to get the feet down. Of course, he does need to get the feet down when there's no one on him, but at the same time, need to get that throw there when no one's on him. Ferguson, maybe the jump ball hero. Not really. Sky Moore again, and another missed throw again. Kind of willing to just go for a run here if we have to, as we're really not hitting our throws. All right, this play did not work last time, but we're going to actually bring a blocker this time, and we're going to hope we get the time. And he misses again! Is he for real? The worst time in the game to suck. You just got to throw this up. No way, Sky Moore holds on! No shots! Sky Moore is so clutch. It wasn't even to him. I mean, there just is nobody open here. There's no, we're just like, screw it, throw it up to the 6'4" guy. I don't really blame the throw this time. Oh my Lord. Like, I don't think you understand how difficult that was. That was actually insanity. Don't really know if I like this play. And that is going to be picked off because the ball is just so poorly thrown. Oh my God. Gamble is just, he was dog crap this game. I mean, he just can't throw. I mean, he's got the beat, and he just misses him. It's 6'4" versus 5'9", and he misses him by a mile. Scott's crazy game kind of means nothing now. I mean, like, it's completely irrelevant. That's just absurd. We lost to Trubisky. Once again, it is the Super Bowl runner-up, but that's just ridiculous, dude. Well, we lose our first game, 33-28. Obviously, we had some really bad decisions in this game. Like, a lot of bad decisions. But at the same time, there was some atrocious, absolutely atrocious throws by Gamble. I mean, some of the worst throws I've ever seen. I mean, those were awful, awful throws that we've seen in that game. And it ultimately is the reason we lose this game, simply put. The throws he missed in this game put us under so much pressure and quite literally handed possessions away when we did not need that to happen. I mean, great, 300-plus yards, but 3 interceptions, 58% completion percentage. Obviously, it's going to be a shaky, rocky one early on. Gibbs clutched up in the ground game where Hawkins was just awful. Ferguson was decent. Tutu was decent. I mean, that's just a performance to forget. Like, that was just absolutely crap. So bad. We do need to go back to what works, though. If the deep play isn't there, if we're not getting the time to throw, we shouldn't be looking deep. Even if their looks have been kind of there at times, we just don't get the protection to make those plays, unfortunately. We got a lot of youngsters with potential, but they're not quite there yet as far as pure talented blockers go. Obviously, defense is pretty good. You know, they let up that huge 70-yard run, but outside of that, Nick Chubb was held as much as one man can be held when they're as good as he is. Of course, that insane pass rush of Aaron Donald, and I don't even know who the other X-Factor or superstar was, but it was a pretty good set of players. You know, we just dropped one here. That really sucks to drop, but it is kind of an expected loss. We only lost by 5 in the end, and yeah, I mean, it's a rough one, but it's just the way the sport goes sometimes. Of course, it was a rookie starting, but this is what the sliders look like in case you were wondering. I would say tackling needs to go up, but I mean, these guys are pretty bad tacklers, so kind of makes sense, to be honest. But hopefully you guys enjoyed anyways. I mean, I had a lot of fun. There was a lot of crazy highlight plays, a lot of insane situations. That, I mean, if we would have won the game off of that Sky Moore catch on 4th and 10 when nothing was working, threw to the freaking jump ball guy and it was overthrown, that would have been crazy. But, well, didn't happen, unfortunately. But regardless, if you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PKR Plays, and then twitch.tv/Jeromepkr for streams that I don't know when we'll resume, because once again, I don't know if I need to replace my graphics card, what's the story, and if I do, if I want to, because, you know, if I'm going to make a quote-unquote upgrade, I'm probably going to need to upgrade other things to make that upgrade, because I'm not going to just like, oh, I'll get a slightly better graphics card. It's like, if I'm going to spend, you know, a certain amount of money, I might as well spend a sliver more to get the best upgrade, and then I need other parts. It's a process, trust me. But yeah, regardless, daily uploads until potentially we see smoke from this graphics card, if that's the way this thing's going. Regardless, though, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video, but until next video, see ya!